My name is Vina, aka Miss WC Reader, and welcome back to my channel. And today I am just trying to get some reading caught up and do a little bit of work on my work in progress. So it doesn't officially have a title yet, but so let's just refer to it as like Urban Fantasy Whip for now. But I have been working on this for the past couple of months. I am like 12.5k words into it at this point. I had to do a little bit of rewriting and tweaking here and there to kind of even out the pace. And I'm a slow writer too, and I have so many different things I'm working on between reading, booktube, blog, full-time job. So like, and also trying to have a life too. You know, it's hard to find that balance. Like, you want to go out and enjoy that festival, and get out of these four walls that you're in all day long. Like when you're like me and you work from home completely most weeks, going in, I'm like, we're supposed to be hybrid where I go into the office twice a week. Does your girl actually make it to the office? Like, maybe I make it to the office 2 times a month, 4 times a month on a good month. So I do have to like find time to get out there, and I prefer going grocery shopping on every other Thursday on my weekday off versus going on a Saturday. So I will be in the house chilling out of exhaustion on a Saturday. I'll always say, oh, you know, I'm gonna like do just like a 24-hour day of reading on a Thursday, and that never happens. So this week I have 2 weekdays off. I have a Monday and a Thursday. So I said, you know what? Let me get some stuff done that I usually don't get done. I'm going on a trip for Monday. That's exciting. So I am going to Philadelphia. I'm going to be doing some shopping with my cousin. I'll be doing some reading on the bus ride down, and then I'll just be exploring the city and have some places I really do want to go for some inspiration for this work in progress. So hopefully help me with writing the details. I am one of those people like who, while reading a book, it doesn't all play out for me like a movie in my head. So like, I on a good day can see shadows and maybe the setting on a good day. That doesn't stop me from enjoying books. It just means that I have to work a little harder to picture that stuff, and that if there's like a lot of detailed description, like with like all that like fluff, and you're telling me every blade of grass, that really does nothing for me. But then like when I'm writing stuff too, I'm like, well, how do I describe this so that they can see it? Because I can't see it regardless. So there's some places I want to visit that'll hopefully let me visualize a little bit better so that I can put that into my work. And you know, I'm just here to have a good time, like I said, get out between these 4 walls. And I also have Thursday off, so I'm gonna be doing some reading that day, but only maybe for like an hour or 2, because I wanna go visit my friend who I'm lucky if I see her every other month on a good time of the year. Sometimes it'll be like 3, maybe 4 months. Like we text here and there. That's one thing they don't tell you about adulting, is that your best friend can live a 10-minute walk away, because literally she lives a 10-minute walk away, and then you don't see them for a while. Because, you know, I work, she's a mom, taking care of 2 kids. Like I said, when I do get time off, I'm running errands, or I'm just chilling in the house, especially in winter. Like right now, I'm in the I don't want to leave the house because it's too cold stage. Maybe when it gets like a little bit warmer, I'll leave the house more on a Saturday. So want to go visit her, spend time with her. She also reads in real life. Like, I know we say in real life, but like, these are real people. Like, I feel like coming on here, like I know some people on booktube where I feel like they know me in some ways better than people offline. But this friend is very supportive. She does not understand all the dynamics of like booktube and bookstagram and stuff, but she follows me on bookstagram, shares my stuff, likes my posts, reads some of my recommendations. I'm always giving her books that I think she'll enjoy. So yeah, I just want to go visit her, spend some time with her and the kids. So this week is going to be a jam-packed week. And so right now in Urban Fantasy Whip, I have about 5 chapters written. And like I said, I had to go in and make some changes. My pacing was actually too fast. So I had some people look over like my first 10,000 words just to give me some feedback on the direction I'm going in, especially because I'm writing in third person, present tense, which is something I haven't written for in a while. So I'm like, am I hitting it right? I don't know. So I wanted that kind of feedback to, see how is it reading? And they're like, so far I'm intrigued, but give your characters a chance to breathe and take in all that's going on with them, because it's just like go, go, go. Like, because the way I start in this story, you're jumping right almost like right into the action. So I'm trying to figure out how to slow it down a little bit to let the characters absorb what's going on. And like I said, it was really good feedback that I'm trying to apply, which means I had to add in an extra 2 chapters to kind of slow it down a little bit. And so finished one of those chapters that I was adding in. I'm trying to work on the rest of that second chapter that I added today, and then I can go more back into the action. But the basis of this story is that this girl goes to a new school, and she finds herself sucked into this world of magic practitioners. And it's, that's like the general gist of the world. So like I've kind of outlined it in my head, like this is what I want to happen, like in the middle of the story this is going to be like the big twist, this is going to be the big bad. It's all just now like putting it down and make on the computer and having it all come together. That is the challenging part. But so far I feel like really good about this project in a way I haven't felt good about it, like writing a story in a while. So that's great. And I don't know, I'm in a very good place in my life right now. I feel like for the first time in a couple of years, like I'm for the most part very happy. Work, it can be stressful sometimes, but it's not like, putting me into depression. There's not a lot of drama going on right now, which is good. So I'm just trying to find a balance between reading, writing, blogging, all little stuff I have going on. And so hopefully you guys enjoy following my journey. I will check in with you, if not later today, then definitely throughout the week, because like I said, I'll be visiting some places, so I'm going to try and get some footage and do this vlog thing a little better for you guys. everyone, welcome back. So yesterday I went to Philadelphia for the day, and actually not yesterday, well, the days are going by so fast. I went on Monday, and I got to go to Philadelphia. That was a lot of fun. Very, very much needed trip. So one of the nice things about Philadelphia is that any type of cuisine you're craving, you can pretty much find there. So I got to have some good eats. Like, my cousin and I started the day off with breakfast at this place called Sabrina's Cafe in University City, and it was great to walk around University City because I was like walking around the young people from the college. Both Drexel and U Penn are on that side, and even when we were eating, a lot of the people went to one of those schools, and it was great to soak up the energy of that environment. Also, I got to visit U Penn's campus, which I had never done, and got to go to the Fisher Fine Arts Library, which was all the aesthetics if you're into like that dark academia vibe, and that was a cool experience. I love like that old architecture, so stuff like that, it always impresses me, and I wanted to do a quick walkthrough and see what it was like. So it was cool walking through the campus. Good exercise too. We did some my cousin and I were like walking around Philadelphia. We did some walking that day. Like we must have been walking for like 30 minutes at one point, but we did a lot of walking. After breakfast, she wanted to go to Center City to go to the beauty supply store for get some stuff for an upcoming wedding. So we went to Center City, went to the beauty supply store, went around shopping for clothes and stuff. I actually did not buy like really anything. I bought like one top, which was very different from my last trip to Philadelphia. And I actually spent more of my money on food. So we went to the Reading Terminal Market, and she wanted to stop by this little Jamaican place, so I just got a beef pie there. But when she had never eaten sushi before, so like she never tried it, and we were walking by this sushi place, and I said, okay, I will buy the spicy crab because it's cooked, and I feel like you should start off with a roll that is cooked. And I'm like, I'll give you some so you can try it. So she finally got to try sushi. It was her first time, and she's like, oh, it's actually pretty good. So had a little sushi there, you know. And then after that, it was hot up in the Reading Terminal Market, like between it being warm outside, the heat inside, and then the cooking. It was hot. And it was very crowded because it was a lunch rush. So after that, we left, and we went to the Rothman cabin because it was still up where, like, you know, the skating and stuff is. Had a little drink there, watched people ice skate, and then we left there and decided to go to this bar. After we went there, did a little bit more shopping, and then decided to go to this bar not far from there. So the bar was a little Irish bar, and that was super cute. It's been a while since I've been in like an Irish pub, so had some drinks, I just had some fries and stuff while I was there, soaked in the vibes. Like, they were all decked out for Mardi Gras. And after that, I realized that there is this Korean restaurant that I really wanted to go to that was like 3 minutes walk away from that spot. So this Korean restaurant is actually Trinidadian, which I have a lot of family from Trinidad, and it's very hard to find a Trinidadian restaurant not in New York. We don't have any near me, so I'm like, well, here's my opportunity to try it. And my mom had asked me, she's like, if you do find that place, can you pick me up something? So I went, since it was about to open, and the owner, so it's called Flambeau Caribbean Restaurant. Really good food. Highly recommend it. The owners were really nice, cool, chill people. We got I was sitting there talking to the owner for a little bit, like really cool people, and really good food. I liked, like, they had basically a rum for every island like there. So if you want good drinks, they have good drinks. It's a very nice sit down Caribbean restaurant. Probably one of the nicest ones I've been in, actually. But it's very good vibes, like cool people, good food. Oh my gosh, the roti was really good there. And After that, it was time to leave and go back home. So I get to take some pictures around with some different murals and stuff like that. So that was cool. I got a lot of inspiration for this story that I'm writing. So at this point, I am a little over 13K in the story. The plan for today, I was originally going to go to visit a friend, and then she had to cancel with me because she's actually going to Philadelphia today because her husband is, you know, becoming a citizen. So instead, I got to meet up with another friend, have a good, like, virtually, and have a good chat. I really needed that chat. So now I'm just going to do some content creation stuff. I have to schedule some interviews for the blog because I've been doing a lot of interviews there. I need to work better on like content outside of reviews and interviews there. It's a work in progress, like spreading myself thin in so many different places, but still kind of like giving myself the chance to relax. So I need to work on some blog stuff. I did some reading. So the other day I finished The Lies of the Jungo, and this one is a novella, very, very short. I do like this author's writing style, so I did definitely check out more. He did a great job of painting like such a vivid picture of the environment. We're following this this boy who is on a search to get water, like where the city he's from has no water. He left in search to get water because the like ruler of his kingdom promised that they would give his mother water in the meantime while he's on this journey. And he kind of finds out as he's going through this desert that all the lies he's been told about where he grew up and all the lies like people in the surrounding cities have been told as well. So it was very interesting. And one thing that the author actually said, Moses Ose Atumi, he had like mentioned in his acknowledgments, he said, "I am a child of immigrants, which means I live in two realities. Each is fully real and true and worthy of pride. And in both realities, I'm an outsider, neither at home in Nigerian culture nor American. There is pain in feeling excluded, of course, but there's also power. It's easier to see the forest fire from outside the forest than from within. But I'd never been comfortable speaking from my outside perspective. That was until I wrote the opening line, 'There is no water in the city of lies.' That perfect phrase, that perfect truth, and perfect lie was exactly what I wanted to say." And I liked that, and like that actually lets me see like this story from like a perspective I wasn't really thinking about before while reading it. So I actually think I'm gonna go through and read it again. But because what he said there really resonated with me. But it's so true about like when you're the child of immigrants, you like have one foot inside of the culture and like one foot outside of it, and you can like see some of the problems within, but you don't necessarily feel comfortable enough commenting on it or like voicing your opinion because it feels like you're stepping on the toes of the people who live there. And sometimes like if you push back for like talking about it as an outsider, so that's definitely something that made me think. And I said his writing style is very beautiful. So I'm also reading A Chef's Kiss by Nina Crespo. I am on page 175. I need to complete this week. I only have I need to just finish this much, so I should be able to finish that today since I do have some time to read. That's really cute. It's just like a little romance, small town, two chefs who were dating and then they became rivals and they are forced years later to work together again. So that's fun. I haven't read everything I wanted to read for Black History Month, but you know, that's a-okay because at the end of the day, it's about enjoying the month. And I need to give myself grace. Like, I can't do it all. And like, I can't be the promoter of Black stories. Like, I really am passionate about these books that I do pick up, and I want to tell people like, they read this Black book, you're going to enjoy it. I feel like so many of these books don't get enough attention or recognition that they deserve because we tend to just like gravitate towards whatever's getting the most hype, or like there are certain stories that people gravitate towards and like they'll think publishing is changing because you'll see like this one type of story get a big 7-figure deal, but publishing often tokenizes like authors, where we'll take this one person, we'll uplift them, we'll give them all this marketing, and then people who are writing stuff similarly on a regular basis don't get the same treatment, and we'll make it seem like, oh, we're giving you something special than the norm, and that's really not it. So that was like part of what I was talking about with a friend earlier today, and again, it was something that we need to discuss more, and I do try to bring awareness to on here, especially because I do have a lot of friends who are in the process of publishing their book, and sometimes reading like their editorial notes or letters is disheartening. Like the feedback that they're getting, people would not even realize what they're being told, how they're being compared to these hyped stories by other Black authors, how their publisher is really pushing for them to change their story to fit a white audience who's not necessarily going to even rush to pick up this book, and how like it can then alienate them from them and their story from Black readers, but also it makes it like, it makes you a little resentful. So it like having my eyes open to that experience, like it's interesting. I feel like some of it's obvious, but people willingly ignore it. And I think if you're more like in tune with book Twitter, you'll kind of see people have those conversations on there. If you're following authors, you'll see a lot more talk about it. But I truly don't think like enough people realize it, though they try to think that they are vocal about diversity within publishing. So I'm just gonna work on reading the rest of the day. I am going to work on writing. I need to finish this one chapter. Like, I'm not giving myself a writing goal for this month, like of a count, like a word count that I need to hit. I just want to finish this one chapter before the end of the month, and once I'm finished with that one chapter, I'll be happy. And then I'm gonna kind of like send it for feedback again, just for like my CP to see, you know, where I am in progress of this story before I continue. Because she had, like I said, I got really good feedback from some people who read through it, but also it's like some things that I wanted to tweak and change to fix the pacing. And I can't wait to get to certain parts now because I'm just so inspired by my trip. And there's some really cool things that I was scenes like I kind of wrote down to try and do later in this story. And then trying to map out what my March is looking like. So I am going to be doing a Daughters of Jubilation readathon with Shay from Shay with the Hobbies, and super excited about that one. I've talked about that book so many times. It really is a book that I feel is near and dear to my heart and really spoke to me. And I can't wait to share that with so many people on here. Hey everyone, so I did some filming earlier and like I tried some new makeup. This lipstick is definitely not my shade. I got it from Rare Beauty. I think it's the color Lively, and I'm just like, this is too light. I feel like it's throwing off my face. So like I was watching myself film the video and I'm like, I look different, not in a good way. And like low key too with the lighting, it wasn't my best look. Like I felt like the lighting was pulling a little bit too yellow, and I wasn't sure if it's just because it's winter and I'm a little washed out, so that also made my foundation look a little bit funky. But we get over those humps. Like, I'm not refilming any more stuff today, so it's gonna go up how it goes up. And this is why I prefer like a natural light. But I want to do some more reading, so I've been reading The Spite House forever, not because it's not good, it is good, but I stopped it because then I wanted to prioritize an arc that I ended up DNFing because I wasn't enjoying it. And then I was listening to the audiobook. However, I've mentioned this before, like sometimes the audiobook, like fantasy style horror like genre stuff, doesn't always do well as an audiobook listen for me. Like I need to actually see the words, so like the audiobook started feeling a little bit too fast for me, and then I had to slow it down to really pick up things, and then I'm just like, I need to view the words, so I had to switch to the ebook. So the goal is to finish out the book this weekend, and that'll probably wrap up my month as far as reading. And I do want to sit down and do some more writing. The words may not have been coming to me before, but I'm feeling energized and ready to finish it out now. Once I finish out this chapter, like, putting the pieces together from there should be good. So those are my plans for today, and I'll have to check back with you guys and let you know how I did. Hey everyone, so I'm just back, and so I was a little bit productive yesterday. I finished a chapter that I was working on. I mean, I do want to kind of go in and add like one or two little details to it, but it's for the most part written and makes sense and not a complete like mess. So that was a win for me. And I finished reading The Spite House. So like I'd mentioned before, I was reading that for so long during this month, and The Spite House was really good. I really did enjoy that one. I liked that it was different from what the publishing world has been calling horror and giving to us lately as far as black horror. So I found that we were getting like an influx of like Get Out books, or like Get Out comic books specifically, because the books weren't actually reading like Get Out, and like they were all centering around like these secret societies of racists, and like publishing was putting them in both like the thriller and the horror category, and they were neither thrilling nor horrific. Like, I mean, like, it was crazy that in a world with so much going on, so many possibilities, white people were still the biggest threat. Like, white people are scary, but come on, give us something a little bit different. So one of the things that caught my attention with The Spite House was that not only did that cover have like the creepy house on it, but there was no mention of racism in the synopsis. Like, I don't mind reading stories about race, but once you start reading them back to back, like, they do start to all blend into each other and read alike, and sometimes the like other things tend to go by the wayside to tell this story, and too often these stories end up centering around like explaining to white people why they should care about racism. So I like that this one was a little bit different. People said that from what they saw, the advertising wasn't really pushed as a story about a black father and his daughters, and I actually don't mind that, because you're able to go into the story and there's nothing about it that's not black. It lets you know that this is a black story from the jump. But I like that people were able to go in like not with that, like, certain expectations about it, and the writing was really well done. I thought he captured the creepiness perfectly. At first you kind of don't know what's going on with this house, and then once you find out like what's going on, you're like curious to see where it goes next. I also liked how everybody had different POVs. Normally all those POVs might not work for me, but it worked here because I felt like even the POVs I didn't love served a purpose. Like, I did read some reviews and I saw people say like some of them were pointless. I'm like, no, every POV touched on a specific part of the story and affected what was going on. Like, even the ones I didn't like you realize what their purpose is as you continue reading. So I really enjoyed this Spite House. I'm now needing to sit down and write out my review and figure out what I'm going to say in it. And this morning I woke up and I sent some emails, like just some follow-up with publishers about different stuff. It was kind of a slower reading month for me, which I didn't mind. Like, I'm kind of still, like I said, finding the balance between writing and being in all that good stuff. Hopefully next month I can do a little bit better as far as balancing everything out. I am going to be going on vacation in April, so I think March is really going to be a time where I sit down and figure out like how to pre-plan content for like the week or two that I'll be gone. And also I got this book in the mail for this month, How to Be a Better Adult by Jackie A, and I did film an unboxing for this one, and this is one that's going on my March TBR that I'm super excited about. I'm trying to find books that please me versus reading just what's hyped, and I'm also trying to see when I can find shorter books. Like, because I feel like some of these books are just long for the sake of being long, and some of them are just wordy for the sake of being wordy, and I really just want a good, impactful story. So, like, that's all I had for this vlog. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. If you liked this video, make sure and hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!